Well, you guys, I finished the challenge. 30 days with Kiara LaShae, the Tabata challenge, and my results, as you can see. Yes. I wasn't really worried about pounds, so I actually went down to dress size, which is amazing. I am now back into a medium. Yes. So in October, she's going to be doing another challenge where you can sign up. So hit the link down below and sign up for the next Kiara LaShae Trap and Tone Challenge in October. And don't forget about the tea, y'all. The tea really aided in the look, okay? If you think it happened in a month, all because I was working out, no. It's also because of the tea. Sometimes I still ate pizza. But yay! Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. I hope y'all are having a good day. I'm here for Married at First Sight. The episode was really good, so let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start off with Henry and Christina. So it seems as if last week, Henry and Christina got into it, and I was kind of confused because it seemed as if she left and didn't come back, and he was calling to see how she was doing or where she was. But when she came in, it seemed as if she just went to hang out with her friends. So I'm not really sure about what happened, but she came back and she said she has something to talk to him about. And it kind of drug it out, but she explains that she has been off her ADD medication, which is why she has been so impatient. And she is going to get back on the medication, and hopefully he will see a difference in her and her attitude towards things. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad you told me. I'm not gonna judge you about it. I'm glad that makes things seem clearer now. I have a better understanding of what was going on now that I understand you have ADD and you were off the medication. But just do whatever you think you need to do. I'm not going to shame you one way or another, but do whatever it is you think you need to do to make yourself feel better. So he was very supportive. And this is the episode where Christina finally understood, well, both of them really, Henry as well, understood why the doctors put them together. And it's because he won't judge her. He will be understanding. He will be grounding. He will be someone who won't have overreactions the way she does. So it makes her want to calm down. I kind of understand this because I feel like me and my husband are similar in the way that I find he is very grounding. I can sometimes feel like he's slow. And, he could feel like I'm moving too fast or talking too much or just doing things too quickly, whatever. But he has a way of calming me, of grounding me in a way that I probably, haven't had in previous relationships. Maybe a one or two. But he really is the type of person that can make things calm. You know what I'm saying? Where you want to kind of be agitated about it. You know what I'm saying? So I get that, and I understand why they put them together. Once you put that into perspective, especially when she talks about how she's been with men who make fun of her. So when she said that, and now you look at Henry, who doesn't seem like the type to do something like that. He might feel a way and he'll say he feels a way, but it's not the same thing as making fun of you, making you feel like less of a person. And he's also like a very sensitive person in the way that he would not do something like that. So I feel like there is definitely a greater understanding of why they were paired together this episode. They actually go and play golf, which was cool because he got to show her how to do something. He got to be the assertive one, the one in control, and she found that attractive about him. So I feel like they're going to get to a place where this is going to get physical. I actually really enjoyed them this episode. I was so glad that we had a better understanding of what Christina was going through, and also seeing Henry in this light, because it seemed as if once he had an understanding, he also felt like, oh wow, she has something about her that is kind of off like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you will, having to be on any type of medication, you a little off. I'm a little off, okay? I've been on antidepressants before and stuff like that. I'm not a fan. I just feel like I appreciate what we got to see from them, because I feel like it's been such like a drag this entire time. And she picked up golf very quickly. And he enjoyed that she picked it up so quickly. It was like, oh my God, we're having a good time. We're vibing. Like, it was a whole situation. And then after, they validated each other's feelings that they had a good time. Like, so, he's like, you really had a good time? She was like, yeah. She was like, I really enjoyed myself. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was kind of like, oh my God, I'm excited. Like, because you just didn't think it was going to happen. And to see that there's possibly another couple that could work out in the end, I'm happy to see that. Because, child, when I tell y'all I only think 2 couples are gonna make it, Amelia and Bennett and Amani and Woody are the only 2 couples that I see making it. And now, you know, Christina and Henry are giving us a little something going on. But Brett and Olivia, sorry, ultimately don't see it happening, because of the you know, such differences. And then also with Karen and Miles, also don't see it happening. I don't think she has had her face cracked enough to where she can appreciate the type of man that Miles is. She needs to go out there and get dogged out some more, and then maybe she'll have a better understanding of what it's like when somebody is actually being a real man in a relationship, which is somebody who, you know, cares about the woman that he is with, okay? That wants to make you happy. Everything isn't about him. Okay, to me, that's a real man. But obviously, we have, you know, different understandings of what a real man is. Okay, child. Ooh, Lord. Anyway, so everybody is waking up together. Okay, everybody is waking up together, and Miles is fixing Karen's car. Okay, to me, that's what a man do. Your car broke, he go out there and fix your car. That's what a man do. Okay. Then he has a chef come over. A friend of his is a chef. Has the chef come over to cook for her because she cooked for him, and you know, she works and her job is stressful. So she come home and they got a chef in there cooking this nice dinner for them. And this, like, he doing all of this stuff that a girl like me, like, I wish I had stuff like that going on around here all the time. Okay, please hire a chef, please. My husband not like that. He just rather cook. Like, I cook myself. Okay. I'll make tacos, okay? He do be making some. I don't like, I ain't gonna lie. Lyric is a good cook and a good drink maker, so I don't necessarily need you to call somebody else in to do it, but it would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that girls wish their men would do for them, and you can't even, like, really enjoy it because he's not a masculine man to you. Girl, whatever. But the chef comes over, they cook together, they have a good time, they talk about, you know, being in love. Obviously, the producer sent all of the couples the question about, you know, how do you know when you're in love? How will y'all know when y'all in love with each other? Are y'all there yet? Or, you know, just gauging where they are in the love department, okay? But Karen says that she feels like they haven't had enough of the real conversations yet, the big conversations. So they talk about his childhood, and he talks about how his parents divorced and he became responsible for their feelings. He became the middle person. He had to grow up faster when they divorced. He had to become responsible for somebody else's emotions. You know, always trying to keep things cool, which is why he is the way he is in relationships, okay? But he has a tendency to give and give and give until he's burnt out. And Karen says, see, I'm trying, you know, I'm really trying not to, you know, get him to that point. And it's like, please stop acting like it's about him. It's not about him. You just don't react well to men treating you well. That's what this is. You don't react well to men treating you well. So I feel like you try to find reasons, even the ones that he gives you. You look for reasons to validate why you push him away. And that is one of the things that I found that she did within this conversation. Keep talking about this organic connection shit. And she feels like, you know, it's too good to be true with him. You know, and that's really upsetting to me. Because in some way, it makes it seem as if he is not being genuine with you when he is. You're not being genuine with him because you ain't yet said to him that you don't find him masculine, but you'll run your mouth off about it to anybody else that'll listen, including us in the confessional, okay? So if anybody's not being genuine about how they feel, it's you, not him. And you trying to turn that and flip that out. That's what, you know, every episode, Karen just disappoints me even more. I swear for Lord. So Woody and Amani, y'all, they go get a pedicure together, y'all. I was like, they are cute. See, look, this is my type of thing. Okay? See, Karen would probably think that, you know, this is feminine. A man want to go get a pedicure with you. Nigga, I want your feet to not slice up my sheets. I want your hands to be soft. I want your feet to be soft. So when your feet rub against mine, they don't hurt my feet. And when your hands rubbing on my body, they not scraping me, okay? Because, you know, I got a country man's type of man, okay? And his hands, he be rubbing on you and you be like, ow, nigga, like, get that hangnail. You scratching the fuck out of me. Okay, look. All right, so I just personally feel like I think stuff like this is cool. Like, I can appreciate this, okay? And Amani can appreciate it too. She was like, I like to do stuff like this. I don't really get my hair done like that. I take care of my own hair because she's a natural hair girl. So it's like, if you ain't got the braids, then you're doing your own hair because you're a natural hair girl, okay? But I pay to get my nails and my feet done. I'm the same way. I spend like about $80-$90, you know, every 2-3 weeks when I go. And I'm about to book an appointment right now to go get my nails done because it's about that time. Okay? But it's something that I do for myself. And I would like to do it with a partner. So when she was like, you know, this is something we could do together, I was like, girl, you a woman after my own heart, Amani. For real. Lyric said that we liked her when we went. Y'all know I be got bad memory. Okay, I remember shit from '93. Don't remember nothing from last year. Okay, look. But either way, I like Amani and Woody, and I like the fact that they enjoy doing this together. He loves her already, y'all. When they talked about, you know, the whole love thing, he loves her already, and she's there, but she's scared to say it. She has put herself out there like that, you know, times before, and it didn't work out well for her. So she's still a little bit more cautious. And he's so free with himself that I feel like him telling her will make her, you know, easier. And he was like, she not telling me, but she's showing me. Because, you know, she went and cooked the whole dinner for him, a nice little dinner, and he wasn't expecting it. It was a surprise. So for him, it was like she not saying it, but she's showing it. And for right now, that's good enough. And I was like, the fact that for every step one of them takes forward towards the other person takes another step towards them in one way or another. And that type of shit, ooh, I like that. I like it. I really like Woody and Amani. They are giving me everything, okay? So Amelia and Bennett. So Bennett actually got sick. And Amelia took, you know, really good care of him, got him some tea, you know. And then at some point after, you know, when he started to feel a little bit better, you know, they were close and things progressed and they finally bumped. And it seems as if everybody is satisfied with the bump. And I'm just like, bump. Ooh, they are on the cusp of falling in love with one another. And I'm here for it. Amelia needs more growth, you know, of course, more understanding. I feel like, especially because, you know, first of all, her friend came over. It's Bennett's birthday, and her and her friend were talking about, like, where they are in the relationship. And, you know, she feels like they still have to see because she might move. And she wants to see, you know, how that's going to work out. And I feel like I understand that. That's such a huge step. So I feel like once that is decided, then it's clear where we are. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what she says when she, you know, needs to see more. There needs to be, you know, more growth before we can really say we all in love. But they definitely feel in the beginnings of it. So for his birthday, her and the homegirl made a cake. He accidentally saw it too soon. He was like, I saw like a mirror image of myself on a cake. I was just dying laughing because they are so on the same wavelength. And I feel like that is so amazing to be on the same wavelength with the things that you like and appreciate about one another. So she takes him to the park so that they can, what's it called? You know, like a little adventure. They do a slap line. That's what it's called. But you basically walk on like a little plastic line, like a rope, like tightrope, I guess. And she, like, you know, held him while he did it. She taught him how to do it. You know, first you got to sit, then you got to stand. And it took him a few times. It took him quite a few times. And she was holding him the whole time. And it just showed like her supporting him in doing it, and then him finally doing it and sticking with it until he did it, not getting aggravated, not getting annoyed, not getting, you know, bored, or, you know, acting like he was above it because he couldn't do it. He just kept trying until he figured it out, and he was having fun the whole time. Like, watching them together is some of the most refreshing shit to see because of how much on the same type of vibe they are. You know what I'm saying? So after they did that, they had a picnic and she brought out the cake and, you know, they talked. It was just a really good time. She even made a piñata for him. I was just like, wow. And I know, you know, that he appreciated all of those little artsy things that she did for him. Like, a different type of dude would not have been able to enjoy himself and really, you know, immerse himself in the experience. he would have been worried about how he looked and how many times he fell and all of that type, you know what I'm saying? Like, Brett probably would not have, enjoyed that date in the same way that, Bennett did, So, yeah, y'all, they was just super cute. So then Olivia and Brett, speaking of Brett, okay, they are in a good place, so they say. I think Olivia is doing a lot of feeling some type of way, but just going along with it to see it through. I think at this point, Olivia knows that she doesn't want to really be with Brett. And I think that Brett thinks that they're still working it out. Like, for real. So they talk about, how do you know if you're in love? And, he says, well, it sneaks up on you. He doesn't really know. But he's making everything a joke. They're trying to have this serious conversation. And he keeps making, everything a joke instead of saying how he really feels. And at some point, you can tell she's annoyed. And he just continues to play. It's like, I can't stand when people don't read their room. When they don't care enough to pay attention to the facial expressions and the body language, or to inquire about the other person and how they're feeling in the moment. I'm a person that is very in tuned and pay attention to, like, if I'm with somebody, if I'm sharing my body with them, I am very into how they are feeling. Okay. So for me, and it comes from being with women, to tell y'all the truth, you become like a very generous lover, for lack of a better term, when I feel like you be in relationships with women, because you have to be. You can't just lay down and get bumped when you would. I mean, you can, but nobody does that. Like, they do, but they don't. Not for real, for real. Not chicks like me. Like, you be in it. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do as much to the person you with as they trying to do to you. You know what I'm saying? So in that, you become somebody that is very in tune in how the other person is feeling. And I feel like Brett is one of those people that is so not paying attention to how she is feeling, her facial expressions, or anything. Because if he was, then he'd know that him making jokes about everything is not cool to her. It's not funny. She's not laughing. Like, look at her face. She wants to have a serious conversation with you, and you're acting like a child. It's really annoying. She says that they should just do things together until they figure out things that they can do together. And it's really about the small things, and then the big things don't become such a big issue. He says that sounds like the opposite of anything he's been taught about relationships. I was like, you're such a douche. Like, it's a way to demean what she's saying. That's almost what it feels like. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard almost. It's almost what it sounds like he's saying to her, just with different words. He says the big things keep people together. I don't know. I think it's a combination. But to say that small things don't matter, I feel like that's a lie. It is very much the little things. It is very much the fact that Lyric makes me a plate of food whenever I ask for it, that he makes me tea really well, and that he, massages me when I'm sore. Like, those are little things, okay? Those are little things, but I feel taken care of, and it becomes a big thing because I feel taken care of, okay? And that's a big thing, to feel taken care of, to feel like somebody cares about you and how you're feeling. That's a big thing. So what are the big things? You know what I'm saying? What, the finances? If that's a big thing, you don't understand relationships, because it's not a big thing. Not really. Not if you have an understanding. Not if y'all have an understanding that one person makes more money, the other person makes less. Y'all need to just understand that and create rules around that that's comfortable for everybody. Once everybody understands where we at with this situation money-wise, that is not as big of an issue. Okay, of course it sucks when you want to do things and you can't do it and all of that, but I feel like even when people have money, sometimes it's not always the best thing in their relationship. Like, having an access of shit does not always make their relationship better. Having, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like when I look at the situation, if you don't have the small things, then you're not going to be able to conquer the big things. That's just how I feel. Because I feel like the small things is what gets you close. The small things is what gets you, appreciating the person on a daily basis to make you want to fight through the big things, as far as I'm concerned. But maybe I just have a misunderstanding of what he meant by the big things, okay? Amani and Olivia meet up to talk about their husbands, mainly so Olivia can talk about Brett, and how he comes across to her. They actually went on to walk through a swamp reserve, which I was like, which one is that? I want to go. And there were, you know, gators. Amani wants to touch the gator child. I don't know. Okay. They discussed Brett being very political with the way he handles things. You know, something that Woody noticed that Amani said to Olivia, which is really true. You know, he has a way of emotionally detaching. And I feel like it's his way of protecting himself. But I feel like he needs to stop doing that because you're not fooling anybody. When you are in defense mechanism with your emotions, you know, when you put on defenses and people start to see it's a defense mechanism, now you're defeating the purpose. So you might as well just feel how you feel and be honest about it and stop trying to act like you're unbothered when you really are, because we can tell you're bothered, okay? We can tell you feel some type of way. Olivia does not understand why she and Brett were matched. I understand why, but I feel like it was more so for Brett than it was for Olivia. Brett got his heart broken. So being with a beautiful, soft, considerate woman, you know, someone who caters emotionally the way Olivia does, I can understand why that would be a good fit for him. Him being broke, okay, I'm broker than her. Let me be clear. Broker than her. He's not broke. He got his own house. He got a job. He's taking care of himself. But he's cheap. He's cheap, and in comparison, he's broke. Okay, he's not on her same level. He doesn't have her same interests. He doesn't communicate in the same way. I have no idea why they picked him for her, but I definitely see why they picked her for him. So Henry and Christina go salsa dancing, and it's a way for them to build up chemistry. It took him a minute to get the steps, but the fact that he kept trying and didn't get impatient made me like Henry even more. I was like, oh, wow. Like, I like this, because I feel like a lot of guys who are like him would be too embarrassed or worried about how they look or how they came off or they couldn't get the step. Be too worried about the wrong shit, when at the end of the day, it's the process and enjoying each other's company. And, you know, I feel like that's the best thing about it. That's why you do things like that, so you can enjoy each other's company. It's not about you getting the dance moves 100% right. It's not even about you not looking like a fool. At the end of the day, we all look stupid every now and again. I'm goofy. I trip. I'm, you know, I'm a klutz. I forget things. I have blind moments. Like, whatever. I'm human. Like, whatever. I think it's when people get too uptight about those things that, you know, it ends up causing more issue than it's really meant to. So the fact that, you know, he kept going and everything, and they eventually got it, and the way, you know, the way he was, I was like, yes, I was here for Henry and Christina this episode. Also, her being patient with him and not getting upset because he couldn't get the dance steps, because I feel like everybody ain't got them, you know, ain't got the little, everybody ain't got the cha-cha-cha, okay? It don't come with everybody, okay? Some of us, we ain't never learned a step and it just come. You see it on TV and pop. Okay, bitch, back step, cha-cha-cha, back step, cha. Like, look, that was me. Okay, look. Karen and Miles go grocery shopping together, and they're talking, and she says it throws her off that he can talk about his feelings so much. Like, why can you talk about your feelings? Because I feel them and I can talk, so I can then translate feeling to words. Like asking this man why it's easy for him to communicate. I don't know, because I grew up in a two-parent household where even though I had to be responsible for their feelings, they still at the same time were very supportive of my feelings. Like, he probably was emotionally supported as a child. So, I mean, they probably coddled him in some ways too. I feel like there can be multiple things happening at the same time. So a kid can feel responsible for their parents' emotions, while at the same time their parents still being very in tune to their child and maybe trying to make up for what they've now broken apart. So they do extra. Like, I feel like, you know, my mom kind of did that with my sister a bit, like did extra for her because, you know, the marriage didn't work out. So because the family broke up, I now have to do more or pour into you a little bit more, because I feel like I've taken from you in some way by creating this break in the relationship, in the marriage. Okay. So I feel like I can see why Miles is the way he is, and I don't understand why Karen doesn't see it and why she chooses to continue to judge him about it. You know what I'm saying? She says she feels like he throws his feelings at her. And I'm just kind of like, how is he throwing his feelings at you, but at the same time, he's still not telling you or demanding of you what he requires in the same way that he is constantly asking, what do you need of him? Like, girl, oh my God. Olivia and Brett go on a swamp tour, okay? And Brett was kind of annoying about it at first. Didn't know if he was going to like it. Thought it was going to be boring. And it's like, well, this is what your broke ass can afford. So this is what we going to do. Olivia is trying to get you to understand that she just needs you to want to do shit with her. Because she wants to do things. She wants to go places, have experiences, try new things. Even if it doesn't cost a lot of money, I need for you to make an effort. And so she's trying so that he can then catch what she's putting down and do it himself. And I don't know if he will be able to. I don't know if he will be able to. Okay. Eventually, after he, finished pretending to be bored and they bring out the baby gators and stuff, then he, starts to have a good time. But the fact that he even made her feel like she was taking him on a boring date or a lame date, it was just like, well, then why don't your broke ass come up with something for us to do? Okay, because if we would do what I really want us to do, it wouldn't be boring at all, but you can't afford it. Amelia and Bennett discuss chores around the house. And I thought it was cute because they was like, we'll have like a poll or something like that every week to where they don't have to do the same chore every week. I thought that was cute. And then he asked if he can borrow socks from her. So I was like, yay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Miles and Karen have a conversation about intimacy. And basically, intimacy means sex, okay? They want to have a conversation about what is it going to take for her to give up that snatch, okay? And she's talking around it again, talking about, well, I just need for it to happen organically. And, I just need, well, what does that mean? What is it like? How does it have to be in order for me to get close to you in order for it to happen organically, bitch? And she's like, I feel like we would talk about that after we do it. It's like, how are we going to talk about how to have sex after we have sex, bitch? Like, what are you talking about? I feel like she is not giving him the opening. And he's looking for the opening. And she's not giving it to him. So if you're not giving me the opening, how am I supposed to just, jump on you without you feeling a way? And then when he says, okay, well, we can schedule it. Because she was like, well, I mean, damn it, I don't want to be like 3 p.m. this day. And it was her really doing too much. It was her over exaggerating what he meant. Well, can we put a date on it so I can, understand like what is the problem? Because I'm rubbing feet and fixing cars and fixing dinners. Like, in all honesty, after he paid for the chef, you should have gave him something. Okay, like, come on now. Like, the chef dinner, get the car fixed. Girl, like, I just feel like he feels like he doesn't know what it's going to take, and he would like to, have a map to the cooch. Can I get a map to the cooch? Something, okay? And when he puts on the calendar, let's put sex with spouse. And she actually is going to act as if now she feels unsafe because he put sex with spouse on the calendar. Bitch, if he was going to take it, he would have took it already. So now you're going to act like you feel unsafe when you looking for somebody to be a toxic masculine man with you? Get her away from me. Get her away from me. Y'all, I'm sorry. Made me so upset. Made me so upset. Oh my God. Like, when I saw that preview and her saying she felt uncomfortable, I was just like, really, bitch? Really? Oh, Lord, y'all. Anyway, that was Married at First Sight, y'all. I told y'all Karen work on my nerves. Oh my God, why she keep doing this man like this? Y'all, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share my video with your people, please. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.